Gemini men, I really enjoy Gemini men, not as dating, but as a friend. I think Gemini men are so fun. They are so curious. They are very intellectual. They have good banter. They're witty and funny, smart. They get bored easily, and they're always kind of all over the place with like their hobbies and what they're doing. They have to have their hands in like many different pots to be happy and to be satisfied. They can't really be satiated and satisfied with like one thing. They get bored so easily. So with work, with dating, with women, they have to have like multiple options, if you know what I mean. Or just someone, if they're dating someone who is super interesting, diverse, has multiple personalities, maybe that can switch it up on them and just keep them guessing. People will often like jump from career to career as well because they again get bored so easily. Their interests shift, like they'll be all in 1,000% on one thing, and then the next week they're on to the next thing. They just dive in head first with certain topics, and then they get bored of those things easier, unless they have like an earth sign, moon, or Mars that can give them more of that like longevity to stick it out until the end and to really keep them steady. Otherwise, they're just kind of floating around, like going from interest to interest. And they can be very deeply interested in something. Like, that's the thing with Gemini, is like people think that they're just all over the place and scatterbrained. No, they are so like focused and interest on one thing at a time, but they will move from that thing very quickly to the next. So it seems like it's a little bit scattered. It seems like they're not sure what they're doing. And sometimes they aren't. Sometimes they're just like, I just like everything. I can't pick, I want it all. And they can be good at juggling things. Once they get more mature, they're like, okay, I'm gonna narrow it down to like a few niches, a few different things that I'm gonna focus on for career, maybe narrow it down to one or two women when they're ready, when they're at that maturity level. And, it just becomes like that honesty. Like once they become honest with themselves about how much they can handle, that's when things start to get really good for a Gemini. Honesty can be something though that they struggle with because truthfully they feel like they can handle everything. They want as much as life will give them. They don't feel like they're lying or fibbing because they're just trying to juggle everything at once. That is the trick with Gemini. So we love our Gemini men.